Run, run, run. Bang. Oh. Oh. This is a long way. But we're out. We are out. And I have no control. Are we dead? Is that the end for us? I can't move. I think this is the end. Hang on a minute. What about this place? We got here and we couldn't do anything when we got here. And we haven't been back since. What was this all about? And what was that billboard at the back all about? Well, to figure this out, you have to go back through the game and find a bunch of secrets. And we're going to start from the very beginning and pick them off one by one. So in the early part of the game, you're being chased by these dogs and you make this jump off this rock into the water. And you can see the cable at the bottom there. And the cables are the clue to all of these secrets. And what you need to do is then swim down and follow the cable left. And you keep going until you get into this cave. And when you get into the cave, you were then able to swing this down into position. It slams over. You can jump across. And here we can pull out the first... I'm going to call them cores. Okay, so we're going to pull out the first core. And then on you go to find the next one. Now this one is in the cornfields. And it's a little bit trickier to find because you can't really see a cable in the grass. But there's a hatch that you can open up when you get to this little clearing. And there's a rock in the foreground that's kind of the hint. And you climb down and you'll see in here there's a lever. That doesn't do anything. And in the next room there's a core. This is a hidden room. There we go. We pulled the core out and you can see the cable there now. Some pictures up there, look. And you see the cable goes on up there. But again, that lever doesn't do anything. So you just carry on your way. Now this one isn't actually very far from the cornfields. And just after you use the little chicks, you can see the cable there on the roof. After you use the chicks to get the hay bale down, you're climbing across the roofs and jump on the pigs. And here you need to push the trolley of pigs back towards this door and pull on this board. And once you've done that, you can get yourself into the barn. A barn full of cows. So we're going to climb up here. And then we're going to get a bit of a swing on so that we can get up onto the beam. There we go. And then over to pull out the core. And then we just need to be on our way again. Now this next one is right after where we drop this safe down through the floor. And we need to climb all the way back down again. Down the ladder. As you would do when you're following the game normally. Here we go. And we're just going to drop down into here. And you can see the cable. This is by far the most obvious. So we pull the grate and walk through here. And pull out the core. And we're just going to carry on from here. Now this next one doesn't happen much further along from the last one again. We slide down this roof and jump onto the post. And there you can see the cable in the background. We come down the post, jump over to the ladder, and carry on going down. And down. And here's the core. Now you can hear there's music being played. It's a bit of an ominous tune. And why is there music playing? Well, we need to make a note of the pattern of the music. Now, I would love to be able to turn around and say, oh, that's a C, that's an A, and that's a B or a G or whatever, but I'm just musically not gifted enough to be able to tell. So I luckily have the answer for you later on, but we need to know what the pattern is, and that's why the music is playing. So once you've got the pattern down, you need to pull out the core. I mean, you could pull out the core and then listen to the pattern. It doesn't stop the music. Right, so you climb all the way to the top, at the very top of the ladder to make the jump back. Now, this next one happens after you've gotten out of the submarine and then got back in again, and you're going down the stairwells. You can see the cable behind there, and you need to bash that massive block thing out of the way, and then that reveals the tunnel, and you can carry on going. And you want to head back left, and then you'll see a surface. And from here, we've got a little bit of a puzzle to solve. And you climb up the ladder, and we've got a control unit, and we can control this guy here and make him go down into the sub. Once he's in the sub, what we need to do is position him beneath the next control pod or control unit, and then we need to jump down, climb on the sub, get in the sub, and then we need to just position him under that control unit and then do the boost up action, and that puts him in the control pod. We can then go back up the ladder, get in the other control unit, which then controls the other guy, and pull out the core. Job done. And get back in the sub and on our merry way. Now the next one is after we've kind of negotiated the mermaid siren type deals that like to kill you. And we smash our way up through that roof into this large open area. Instead of going right, we go left. And when you go left, it doesn't really look like there's an awful lot over here. But actually, if you go to the surface, you can see there's this kind of ladder construction here. And what we need to do is bash into it. And bash into it again. And that collapses a load of stuff. And that then allows us to climb up. So we climb up here. Up, 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 up. And in we go. And we can pull the core. Job done. All that remains for us now is to jump back down and get back in the submarine. The next one is when you're trying to gather the 19 other drones, and when you're getting this collection of zombies and do this puzzle, you pull down these 3 or 4 people, 3, and then you run back to meet the rest of the group that you've already gathered together. And there's nothing up here that I know of. So you just walk them back and drop down. And here you can see there's the cable. Just sat there. And what you need to do is get your crew to pull out the plank, and when you pull the plank the rocks fall away a little bit on the back end of it, and you climb through and down the ladder. And once you reach the bottom, you carry on following the cable's direction. You get to a torch. So you grab the torch and on you run. And then we get some dogs, but they don't like fire, so you can ward them off with the torch, but you have to watch your back, otherwise they will jump you from behind and kill you. So get back. Keep going. Get out of my way. Get back. I'm warning you. Get out of it. Get out of it. So we pull the core now. As soon as you pull the core, they run away for some reason. Whether they're being controlled by that or not, I don't know. So anyway, you head back to carry on your journey. Now in this next stage, you're in this area where you've got this siren mermaid thing chasing you, and you're trying to open the door at the other end. What you do is you open the hatch like you would do normally, and you jump down and open the door like you would do normally, and then go back up. And then you run back over this way. This is all what you need to do to solve this little puzzlette. You jump in, but instead of getting back out when the siren heads over to you, you just carry on going left. And when you've gone left, you can pull out another core. Now, you can't go right again. That's bad. Now, when you can see where we jumped out there, this is obviously a bit that you've already passed. You can see the cable feeding into there, so you know it's in there. And you swim left and you go up this little rope and then jump up to the next rope and basically repeat the earlier part. Now, after the bit where you think you're being attacked by the siren, and she sticks you with a device, and now you can breathe underwater. The first thing you do is you get up and go right, and you can see the cable, and you follow it, but you can't get in there. There's no way to interact with that, so you have to go on up to try and find where that is. So you go up in through the room and you swim all the way out until you enter this chamber here. And in this chamber, instead of going off right to that valve that opens up, you go down to the left. To this door. And you open the door. You have to kind of open this main lever first. And then there's a release catch at the top here, and you pull that. And it all falls away in front of you. And basically you swim your way up here until you reach this part, and then keep going left, and there it is. And we just pull this core out as well. Job done. On to the next. Now this one isn't too far away. In fact, as soon as you go through the valve and negotiate the fans, you're at this area here, where you've got these death lights and you've got this platform. And if you notice on the way in, you kind of fall through the water a little bit, and there's a reason for that. So we need to make sure we don't get killed by this. Keep going. There. That's about right. So we put this in the up position, like so. And you keep going. Back left, and then in the bit of the water where we fell down a bit, there, we swim down. And there's a kind of hidden tunnel here with a door. Go through the door. Keep swimming to the right. And it opens up. And you can see the thing at the top has a thing at the bottom to counteract it. And we get ourselves another core. Now in this next section, you have to get this kind of block thing, and you kind of have to do this anyway to be able to move on to the next bit. So we'll skip to when we get back up. Now instead of pulling the block left and kind of doubling them up to get up into the water, you push it all the way over to the right hand side, and you can see the cable there and the button. So we climb up, pull this up, wait for it to jump, click, and then we have to do it again. And click and jump. And then we can catch the lift on its way back up. And we're in here, we can pull out the core. And you can hear that music is playing again, so they're further kind of confirming its part in the puzzle. So you then just need to go back to where the elevator is, it will just fall down and on you go. Now in this next section you have a bit of a posse building up, and you basically need to go down this lift and use the posse to open the door at the bottom. But instead of that, what you need to do is split the posse up so that you have a couple with you and then you have a couple or a few at the top. And you go back up with the lift so that now you have some down here, and you can see the cable dropping down there on the right. Basically you go behind the pillar and get them to push you up so you can then climb up the cable. Once you're up, you'll find the rest of your crew. And you'll need them, because if you don't have these guys, you're just going to have to repeat the process. Because basically they need to push you up towards this one. And out goes the core, and you can hear the music again playing in the background, and you just drop down and go on your way. Now here we're just before where we kind of turn into the massive blob, and if you remember we go up here and takes us to the kind of dome, the ball thing that we couldn't get into before. But this time the billboard's all lit up, all the lights are on. That means we've gotten every single of the cores out of the balls around the levels. And you can see the door is open here now, so we can go inside this. And by pressing Control and left, we can then take the core out of this one, I guess. But there's a light on still on the billboard, and nothing seems to have really happened here. So what's that all about? Wasn't this supposed to be the alternate ending? What do we do now? Well, the answer is we need to go back to the cornfields, and quite luckily there is a save point that starts right before it. And we need to find that hatch again. So here's the rock, and we turn around and we can lift the hatch up. And then we go down into the cave once more. Now, when we look at this door, the light is on and we can actually pull the lever. And the sequence we want is up, up, right, left, right, 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 and a gap, up, 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 right, left, left, left. And then the door opens. And this is our alternate ending. This has been Inside. It's been an epic journey of suspense, thrill, puzzles, mystery, and a little bit of disturbedness. You can get the game from Steam, and I recommend you do that. It's a brilliant game and worth experiencing for yourself. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks, and bye bye for now. Whoa! Finished you with a pistol, big boy. Right.